This is now the second time that I have visited this site since the completion of the restoration of the original Knesset building at Beit Frumin. I think everyone who came here, I can feel the profound uniqueness of this very special place, which served as the fundamental seat for the renewal of our people's sovereign independence within our ancestral land after thousands of years. And it never fails to deeply stir my heart and soul. I also remember as a boy in Jerusalem, sitting in a cafe across the street and looking at this building. It was closed back then, at least to boys like me, but today it is open to all the people of Israel and to visitors from abroad. And I invite all of you, citizens of Israel, to come here and draw from this heritage. Some real work has been done here, a wonderful and very original renovation, very authentic, very faithful to the original, and the atmosphere is really quite inspiring. At the beginning of my remarks today, I would like to express my condolences to the family of Captain Maoz Israel Rekanati, of blessed memory. Stronghold. He chose to leave absolutely everything he had ever known behind him. He even walked away from his fiancée, the woman he was meant to marry, in just 1 month's time, and he led his soldiers into the heat of battle in Lebanon, where he ultimately fell. May God avenge his blood, and may his memory be a blessing. I would like to share a few important thoughts regarding the ongoing fight in Lebanon. We are doing a great deal there, taking ground, clearing the area, and protecting our Israeli communities, but we are also fighting a very cunning enemy that is constantly trying to outmaneuver and outsmart us. 6 years ago, at a cabinet meeting, I warned about the drone threat. Back then, I primarily saw it as a serious threat, a tool for targeted assassinations, but since then, of course, it has evolved. At the start of the war, having also observed the war in Ukraine, I thought it could also be used as a tool on our own battlefield. At my request, the IDF installed armored glass on the tanks. That was just the first measure, and the IDF and the Ministry of Defense have done many things over the years. You have to understand that, and they have thwarted many hundreds, if not thousands. I mean, I could honestly say there have been thousands, if you include UAVs, thousands of attempts to strike our forces by UAVs and drones, and they actually succeed in doing so. Every time a new threat emerges, they manage to thwart it. We face the challenge of neutralizing fiber optic drones, a unique threat. With the defense minister, I've assembled a team of ministry personnel and outside experts from industry and the civilian sector. They are the country's best minds and the world's best. אלא גם בסקטור האזרחי. מיטב המוחות שיש בארץ, ולדעתי, מיטב המוחות בעולם. And I told them that I have personally conducted 3 separate meetings over the last 2 weeks just to ensure that everyone is fully up to speed. Naturally, there were other meetings held prior to those, but I made sure to tell them during the meeting that we convened just a few days ago. I shared something with them that caught them quite off guard. I told them that there is absolutely no limit on the budget. Whatever the cost, it is what it is. I am fully aware that there are absolutely no limits to your incredible creativity and your vast imagination, because you are the very best in the world. Therefore, my instruction to the team is to find a comprehensive solution for this, as well as for any other potential threat that may arise. And I have no doubt that Israel will be the first country, just as we have done in other areas, to bring a complete solution to this problem as well. It requires patience and sometimes even gritting our teeth. But we have these qualities: patience, determination, and the ability to meet the challenge in abundance. We will certainly achieve this objective as well. Turning our attention now to the situation in the Gaza Strip, over the course of this past weekend, we successfully eliminated the arch-terrorist Izz ad-Din al-Haddad. He was essentially the primary leader of Hamas's military wing, and that is the main fighting arm of Hamas. That is, in essence, the very core of Hamas. He was finally eliminated in a targeted Gaza operation. This vile terrorist was responsible for the murder, injury, and kidnapping of thousands of innocent Israelis and our brave soldiers. He orchestrated the kidnappings and exploited the hostages for his own gain. Kalas, di, Sicily, Yushpan, Testas, Stefaunem, Betikim, Ashaz, the human den and shields tin to protect himself. Sadly, he is no longer here among us today. I made 2 solemn promises, and the government stood firmly alongside me. First, I gave my word to bring back every single hostage, including the brave hero Ran Gvili. May his memory be a blessing. In the end, we successfully brought them all back home. There were many who expressed doubts, but we never had any doubts at all, and we brought them all back home. I promised the second thing, that all the architects of the massacre and all the architects of the abductions will be eliminated down to the last one, and we are getting very close to completing this mission as well. We are already holding ground in Gaza. Now, Israel is known no longer at 50%. It is already 60%. That is the threat.
Maybe it has changed over the course of the last week since
We are steadily tightening our iron grip on the Hamas organization. We are fully aware of exactly what our vital mission is, and our mission is singular and clear: to ensure that the Gaza Strip will never again pose a dangerous threat to the state of Israel. And we are currently carrying out this critical mission with the invaluable assistance of our brave and heroic soldiers. They are, in every sense of the word, true and selfless heroes. They are currently in Lebanon, they are in Gaza, and they are also present in the skies over Tehran. Our brave fighters, our skilled pilots, our courageous female fighters, and our dedicated female pilots are all true heroes. At the same time, we are also keeping a very close and constant watch on the situation in Iran. I am scheduled to speak today, just as I do every few days, with our good friend President Trump. I will surely hear his personal impressions regarding his recent trip to China, and perhaps we will discuss other important matters as well. There are certainly a great many possibilities for us to consider. We are fully prepared to handle any scenario that might come our way. For thousands of years, we have had to fight for Jerusalem, starting with the establishment of our capital here by King David over 3,000 years ago. Of course, we had even earlier roots going back to our forefather Abraham. We remember that too, but ever since we established our capital, we have had to fight for it. We were independent, yet we also had to fight against occupiers. Sometimes we succeeded, sometimes we didn't, but it was always at the forefront of our minds, the pinnacle of our joy, and the focus of our prayers. That is precisely why we achieved the impossible, returning to our ancient capital after thousands of years of exile. No other nation in history has ever managed to do this. Few nations still hold the same capital they held 3 millennia ago, but no other nation lost its capital, its sovereignty, and its land only to return once again. And return to re-establish its sovereignty and its capital to its original place. This demonstrates the strength of the people of Israel, and this strength is being revealed today on the battlefield by our incredible generation of warriors, as well as our people, who truly stand firm in the face of all in the face of all these challenges. And therefore the strengthening of Jerusalem is an organic, natural part of our people's revival, both in the War of Independence and in our ongoing revival. Certainly since the dawn of Zionism, we have been investing in building and developing Jerusalem, as have all Israeli governments. But no government has done so like our government, with greater intensity, with enthusiasm, and with great momentum. We are doing this in construction, development, heritage, tourism, security, and innovation. And specifically, I want to mention four decisions we are making today. Historic decisions. The first is the Western Wall. It has become clear in this war that Iran is holding nothing back. She marketed herself as a threat. She doesn't care at all, not about the holy sites of Islam, not about the holy sites of Christianity, and certainly not about the holy sites of Judaism. And she launched missiles here. She endangered, of course, the holy sites, the worshippers, and civilians everywhere. Therefore, today we are presenting a special budget for the protection of the Western Wall, for infrastructure development there, and also for the development of archaeological excavations, which always reveal new findings that reinforce our connection, the historical connection of our people, to this wonderful and holy place. זה ההיסטורית של עמנו במקום המופלא והקדוש הזה. It also strengthens Jewish identity. It's part of our plan. Well, first of all, a major investment in the Western Wall. Secondly, we are investing in the Shalva Center. Are you familiar with the Shalva Center? The truly extraordinary and remarkable human performances of his singers, specifically his female vocalists. However, it is really so much more than just that. This center, Jamti, reflects our commitment to people with disabilities in society, and a society is only as strong as the support we give to its weakest link. That is what we are doing today. But we are not just strengthening the Shalva Center, we are doing something more. We are currently transforming this facility into a dedicated center for crisis response, which will serve as a primary hub for handling urgent emergency situations, specifically designed to provide comprehensive support for all individuals living with disabilities. We saw this problem, we encountered it during the war, and we want to provide a solution here, not just for Jerusalem, but for all populations with disabilities. In my opinion, this is a major breakthrough. I am confident that our creativity and our human commitment will truly set a precedent, not only for the State of Israel, but for many other countries as well. The third item on my list is the historic Mamilla pool. Mr. Mayor, I ask you, how many times have we actually visited that site together? Every single time during those brief supervised walks they allow me to take, I find myself asking you, what exactly is happening with the restoration of Tosu pool? And what about the historic Mamilla pool? Why am I asking you this? Because back when I was a Jerusalem teenager, a young Jerusalem kid, I used to visit the Mamilla pool. And it never ceased to amaze me, this massive ancient pool that once drained the Mamilla basin right here. And it was always filled with thick mud and all sorts of abandoned, forgotten debris. That was true until today, but no, not starting from tomorrow, because today we are making a definitive decision, and you said to me, I am prepared to do absolutely anything, Prime Minister, Famita. We could transform this entire area into a beautiful public park, a truly lovely spot featuring a pond. We could fill it with fresh water. It would serve the children of Jerusalem and all the residents of the city. However, you previously told me that we only require one single thing, say, starts with a K, or, well, budget doesn't matter, let's put it that way. And that is what we are doing today. Another hidden gem in Jerusalem. And another thing, there is a heritage center in Atarot to showcase the settlement, and it will also depict important moments in our history. This is the fourth project we are doing. Among other things, there are many more. We are connecting our deepest, most ancient roots here in the city of Jerusalem to our shared future, and the government will make a truly significant and impactful decision today to actively promote the advanced, cutting-edge technologies of tomorrow that are, in fact, already here with us right now. This is artificial intelligence that the National Digital Agency, moving to the Prime Minister's office, just as we did with the Cyber Directorate. This was a decision that stemmed simply from the centralization and the centrality of these issues to Israel's security. And I would like to express my appreciation, as I have always done, to the ministers who held these portfolios previously. We are also moving it and are going to develop. Or when we are making critical decisions regarding energy, the natural environment, and our vital infrastructure. The State of Israel will continue to lead the way in these essential areas, advancing not only our own nation, but the future of all of humanity. Truly, there's no better or more fitting place to make these significant decisions than here in the city of Jerusalem. There is no better place to make these decisions than in the first Knesset, where everything I spoke about was still just a dream. Today it is not a dream. We are making it a reality. I thank the ministers. I thank the members of Knesset. I want to thank you all so very much. You are most welcome.